pretty idyllic weather here today at Panama City Beach.
There are over 45 countries represented here today.
Some really big names. You've got Sam Long, you've got Lionel Sanders, Jackson Laundry as well. You got Trevor Foley, all backing up and ready to go head to head again 1 week later.
You forgot them. So thank you to Louisa. That is an awesome.
Amazingly talented, going to be fun to watch.
Thanks for
If you're a spectator, you're hanging out here, make sure you can check that out. IRONMAN 70.3 is in the water. Let's hear it for these athletes, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I said coming in, right, I'm playing with house money, and I said that to get myself to take risks and to feel like I had no pressure on myself, and came out here, and last night had a bit of nerves, but I realized I just wanted to come out and be present in every moment racing and having a great time. And we saw I still employed the strategies and the lessons learned in Oceanside, played it pretty smart on the swim, pretty smart on the bike, and then found an opportunity to go and just had fun. And most importantly, I got some flowers for my special one, you know? Yeah, when I got away, it was kind of a two-part thing. One, when we sort of turned onto the path, I went a bit and I was almost like, ooh, this might be a mistake, because I could see everyone was still with me. But then I let up and I saw nobody was like coming through. So I thought, everyone must be on the reins a little. And when we got to the technical part of the course, I guess I just kind of went for it. I was seeing it blind like everyone else. I hadn't done it in training, but that's kind of the fun and the beauty of it, you know? It's sort of like, it felt like mountain biking, like downhill mountain biking on the ramps and stuff. And so I just said, let's rip this. And I looked back and saw a gap, and that's when I said, okay, it's really time to go. And I think that was the race right there. I wasn't so sure. I mean, I don't want to, put any negativity on the race. But the one thing that was weird was someone went off course. So I thought I had like 2.5 minutes on the last lap, and then suddenly I was hearing it's down to 30 seconds. So that was interesting, as it actually made me panic a little. Like, how did it just go from 2.5 minutes to 30 seconds? But I suppose like I kind of had it in the bag when I started the run, but I didn't know that because it's all loops, so you never get turnarounds, and the splits were like from people were horribly inaccurate, which I actually like because it got the most out of myself still then. Yeah, I think it's a change in mindset this year that I used to race and feel like pressure, oh, I have to perform, and if I don't perform, I'm like letting myself down and my sponsors down and the fans down and everyone down, and instead it's racing is the celebration of all the training. Racing is like the golden moment in what we do, and I hope, obviously it's easy to be graceful when you're winning, but I hope I can be even more graceful when I'm losing, like the rest of this year if it happens, which it will happen. You never win everything, and to just realize that it's a beautiful thing I got to do, to be out there and enjoying it and having fun.
All right, Lionel, just take us through your day here.
Well, it starts at St. George. I felt like a bag of shit going into St. George. You come interview me, I'm so docile. I'm so, like, I'm not recovered. I told my dad all the symptoms, and he's like, you're overtrained. If I told you what I eat, you'd be taken aback. I'm like 50% potato chips, Lucky Charms, and chocolate bars. And that's not a joke. Unfortunately, you can't get away with that at 35. You can't get away with that. And so that's over for me now. 6 straight days I ate really good, and I felt a lot better yesterday than I did the Friday. I started to feel my fire come back. But man, I am lacking fire bad. This race was an improvement. I got out okay. We were still quite weak. I was with Sam, but I mean, we were going nowhere. Weak swimmers, once you're gapped, you're all together and you ain't going anywhere. So a big gap to the front. I had to work really hard. Sam gapped me out of transition. I had to work really hard to catch up. Blew a million matches as we all tried to break up the group. Then Sam dropped me with about 10 miles to go on the bike. No way to catch up. That was pretty well the end of trying to win for me, but I still thought maybe I could run him down. And the run was rough pretty well after the first lap. So it was a step in the right direction. I stayed focused and I was able to run myself into second. But I still feel like the season is young and I have a lot of upside because I'm going to change my way I eat and I'm going to start to recover a lot better. So it was a step in the right direction. Sam's on fire right now, but the season is young. I will be there. I will give him a run for his money soon enough. I'm going to do every race on the circuit. So if there's a race, I'll be there. Where's the next one? I think it's in Boulder. So that's where I'll be next. Cheers, buddy. Hey, some good running, man. Really good work.
My cool laps.
Hey, good work, man. So yeah, I want to do Boulder. I want to do Trombone. I want to do Oregon. I want to do Maine. I got my 70.3 world slot. I'd like to do 70.3 worlds. I want to do Michigan. I want to do Augusta. And then I'll call it a season.
Oh man, it was a tough day. I mean, it was that ocean swim broke things up. I got dropped out of that kind of chase group at the first turn and swam on my own, and I felt like I was swimming okay. You know, not really. I didn't really push it too hard after that because I knew I would need to get onto the bike and be able to push really hard. So kind of finished the swim. I was like disoriented coming out of the water, almost went off course a couple times. So I didn't have the best start. Went onto the bike and pushed really hard because I knew there was guys that I'd be able to catch, and made up quite a bit of time at the turn. And then at the turn, there was Lionel and Sam there, and I stayed at the front for a while. And then eventually Sam went to the front and just went really hard. And I tried to stay with him, and I did for a while, but eventually he was able to break up in a technical section, and he gapped us, and then I kind of followed Lionel in, and I was feeling all right, but I knew the bike was really hard, and I tried to, you know, push it on the run and stay with Lionel, but it was just survival on the run for me. The legs were toast. It was the heat really got me. I was just overheating, and the aid stations were a little far apart, so I was just just trying to survive out there. So just trying to get my ears back here. Anyway, I'm happy with third. I mean, I knew it was going to be tough. Sam's super, super strong in the heat, and he's always going to run consistent. So I knew that would be real tough to beat. And three races, 3 third places, so consistent, but still some work to do to kind of put it all together and grab that win that I'm looking for. So hoping to do that at Mont Tremblant 70.3, and but before that, take a little rest, let the body recharge, rebuild back up, and you know, go for it again.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wow. Why do you do triathlon?
Well, I turned 18 2 years ago, and I did it on my 18th birthday. So I've kind of just kept going since then.
You know, you're our youngest female competitor today.
Am I really? Oh my God. That's actually so cool.
This is your 4th or 5th half Ironman.
4th.
What makes you so passionate about this sport?
Honestly, it's more than just like racing, it's the lifestyle. It's really cool to be able to say that you do Ironman. This is my last one before I turn 20. So I wanted to make it count. And I promise, like, I am not the kind of person that will DNF. If my legs are working, I will get to that finish line whether I drag across the pavement. We're gonna get there. It may just take a second. The run was the run. But I did run the most of the last mile, which I'm happy about. I'd like to do it again because I kind of feel like this didn't count because I wanted to like give it my all. But it's a wonderful course and it's a wonderful place, so I'm definitely coming back here. Yeah, so these are my parents. They both volunteered with medical. Yeah.
Super proud of it.
First time volunteering for us. We worked the medical tent and it was fantastic. Took care of all the great runners and we're so proud of all the athletes here.
You did superb.
Particularly our girl.